from Splintered Halo and Heart of Hecate. In interviews, I get asked quite a lot about what my writing process is, how I come up with the music, how I kind of piece that together, and I decided to do a video about what that process actually looks like. So tonight I am in the middle of writing a song about Vikings. We're going to be playing the Breaking Bands Festival in May. It's a Viking themed festival, and the guy who runs it had, I think, jokingly suggested in a post that Halo write a song about Vikings because we're obviously character metal. I actually thought that was a fucking great idea. I love the Vikings TV show. I love Lagertha, so this song will be about her. It started out with a couple of riffs that Pumpkinhead had laid down. He sent them on to me. And some of the songs start out that way. Sometimes I'll start off the song. Sometimes it'll be the guys who'll send me bits and pieces that are kicking around in their head. What I tend to be quite good at is putting them together almost like a kind of jigsaw puzzle, and seeing that finished article. So what I'm going to do tonight is, like I say, is I'm going to take you through the process and some of the tools and the programs that I use that make it a little bit easier for me to kind of piece together that final vision. So we'll kick into what that process actually is. My current process for writing would start here with GarageBand on the iPad. GarageBand's a free bit of software that comes pre-installed on every iPhone and iPad. I have been known to put down a few bits and pieces whilst I've been on the train home and stuff, so brilliant bit of kit for the musician or writer on the go. It comes preloaded with loads of guitar amp sounds, loads of synths. It's got auto drummers in there, so just really handy if you've only really got 5 minutes to chuck down a riff. But also I find it's really good for structuring songs as well, because you can kind of put things into segments. I also don't claim to be a sound engineer. I've used loads and loads of different types of sound engineering type software. They're all a bit complicated for me. I'm not interested in it. I just want to kind of get whatever song I've got in my system out of my system. So depending on how much time I've got, I'll sometimes use the kind of stock guitar sounds that are in there, or sometimes I'll use my actual pedal board and my amp head. It just depends on what I'm trying to achieve and how long I've got to achieve it. I use the iRig Pro Duo, so it's basically a 2-channel interface that allows me to record vocals and stuff as well. So I really good bit of kit and super simple to use. In days of old, my process would actually have started here. So this is Guitar Pro. Guitarists will know it as Guitar Tab software, or I don't know, a kind of scoring type software. So for the album, and I guess right up until Float, this is where the writing would have started. So I would have come up with a riff, I would have fired it into Guitar Pro, I would have programmed kind of rough guide MIDI drums, just to kind of give everybody the overall vibe of what I was going for, and it would have spat out a Mega Drive type sounding boss battle, which is pretty fucking awesome. But yeah, the iPad gives me a better idea how it's going to sound in real life once you've got a full band behind there. The Guitar Pro is still a super important part of my process, but it's actually the last piece of the puzzle for me now. Once I have finished piecing the song together on the iPad, what happens is I then come to here and I tab it out, so that it's super easy for me to get the guys to learn. Means nothing's lost in translation as well. So and it's also good to have as a reference point, because quite often when I play something through the iPad, I then forget how I played it 5 minutes later. So this is a great way to kind of keep track of what I've played and where I've played it and what everything's doing. So yeah. What I'll do is I will actually show you this kind of process in motion. So there's not much actually left to write on Vikings, but I do have a nice EBO section that has been swirling in my mind. So I'm going to try and lay that down. I'll be recording it through my Black Star HT5, just on the Queen channel. EBO tends to work better on Queen, so everything just kind of set to 12 o'clock. And I'll take you over to my pedal board in just a sec. So this is my current pedal board setup. I'll go through my pedals and my amp head wherever I can for the rough guide tracks that I pull together. But if I've only got 5 minutes and I'm really just looking to do a riff dump, then I will just go straight into the iPad and use the stock guitar sounds that are on there. It really just depends, like I say, how much time I've got to put down the ideas that I've got kind of swimming around in my head. And also how the cat's feeling. If I know that she's going to be an asshole and sit on top of all my pedals, and I don't want to put her out, then plugging straight to the iPad is always a good kind of second choice. Tonight I'll be using, for the EBO part, the MXR carbon copy delay pedal, and my Boss volume pedal. Now, I know that ideally you would normally have your volume and your wah right at the start of your signal chain, so on the right hand side of the pedal board, but for the EBO, I have tried it both ways and it actually sounds better on the left side, and really for what I'm looking to do, which is to kind of gradually fade out the volume. This position on the pedal board is great for the EBO. Also, it's there because of the Mel 9 pedal that I'm using. At the start of the chain, the volume and the wah actually don't cut through at all if they're placed before the pedal rather than after the Mel 9 pedal. So there is method in my madness. I know it's not how it's usually done, but yeah, like I say, I do have a reason for it being like that. I won't be using any kind of distortion sounds tonight for the purposes of this video, but obviously I have used it in the Viking song. And for the main part, it's actually been the iPad stock distortion sounds I've used, just because I was quickly laying down the tracks. Well, I have you actually. This fucking pedal is awesome. This was 29 quid. Got it off a guitar amp keyboard. It's the Honeypot fuzz. I usually hate fuzz, but it is brilliant for the money. And it's brilliant for leading stuff as well. So I am absolutely a convert. So yeah, brilliant. Can't recommend that highly enough. Okay, so I'm going to play you one of the riffs that I've written for Vikings. The song's going to be called Go Home to Valhalla, and that's really the vibe that I was trying to capture when I wrote this particular section. So I shall let you hear it. So I recorded that just before I did this video, so what I'll do now is I'll let you hear it in context. Okay, so you've now heard the Igbo riff in context with the rest of the music. So that particular riff came to me. I actually just heard the chords in my head ringing out. So I laid those down first, and then I had to mess around with the Igbo until I found exactly what I was hearing in my head. The iPad is great because the GarageBand, actually you can program drums super easy on it. So put down the drums and it really kind of came together. And then the Harbinger, she laid down her bass on it. From there, it was a case of just building up the song. So once you've kind of got that starting riff and you've kind of sort of captured the vibe of the song, it does make it a bit easier, so it flowed a bit better from there. And I let you hear a little bit of the kind of more upbeat, kind of Celtic dancey bit. So that was a lot of fun to write as well. That came in one Saturday morning, woke up out of bed before I'd even had breakfast or coffee, and it was there. So again, this kind of set up with the iPad and the iRig, you can just plug it in 2 secs, and you can record it. And it's also super easy to tidy away. I've got a cat, and she's an asshole, and she likes to chew cables, and she likes to put her ginger hairy arse on top of the iPad, on top of the pedals. Absolute nightmare. So it's great to just haul out the iRig, iPad, put her out the room for 5 minutes, put down what you need to put down, and then tidy it away and then let her back in. I don't think I could really have a permanent recording set up with the cat in the house, to be perfectly honest. But that's the writing process. So what I'll do is I'll quickly show you that being translated onto Guitar Pro, because as I mentioned, that's kind of the final piece of the puzzle, that once the song's written, I then put it onto Guitar Pro, ready for send off to the boys to learn up the guitar parts. Okay, so this is the tab that I've started for Go Home to Valhalla. As you can see at the moment, I've got 2 guitar tracks. So obviously one is the really simple E chords, and the other, if I scroll down, you'll see where the E bow starts to come in. So you'll see on Guitar Pro, you've got a tab section, and you've also got like basically the musical notation. So like I say, it's a super handy bit of software to have as well, particularly for printing out like musical scores. So all of the Halo stuff is both tabbed and scored, which is invaluable, particularly if you haven't kind of visited the song for a while. So don't want to bore you too much with watching me plug it all in, because it is quite time consuming. So what I'll do is I'll just play you what I've got so far here. And you'll see that's kind of where I stop. So once I'm done, the whole song will be in this glorious computer game MIDI format. I do like Guitar Pro for the fact that it does play it back to you, because I find with tab it's quite easy to get lost in amongst all the numbers. So it kind of keeps you right, and you can play along with it as it goes. So again, super handy and invaluable bit of software that quite honestly I would be lost without. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it for you, and hopefully it's been insightful as to the process I go through when I'm writing the instrumental side of a song. Obviously I've not touched on the vocal melody writing or the lyric writing side of things as yet. I do plan to do so in the future. Apologies for the poor camera quality. I'm my own cameraman tonight, and I'm using just my iPhone. But tonight was really about capturing the songwriting process in as an organic a situation as I possibly could. So I was songwriting and I just wanted to show you it. So hopefully the camera work wasn't too dodgy to be enjoyable. But I will catch you soon, and if you liked what you saw tonight, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.